Hello, great people. Have you come across the picture of this stadium on your screen? Where if you are yet to come across it, it means maybe you are a pirated Nigerian or you just don't know what's up. But the good thing is that I'm going to tell you about this picture, or perhaps you've seen the picture but you don't know what it's about or you are confused. Where I will tell you what this picture is about, because this is the image that is bringing thorough embarrassment to Nigeria at the moment, so much so that Mr. Peter Obi has cried out, calling on the Tinubu administration on what he calls unrepentant corruption of the administration. I will tell you about this picture as it relates to FIFA. In fact, what is FIFA? Some of you don't know because you are not a football enthusiast. But on this episode, that's why I call myself your sure plug. I will plug you in on anything and everything that has to do with this picture. I will be dissecting the associated issues. That's why if you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, you can see the news and details I'm bringing to you. So do well to join the community by subscribing. Now let us go into it. This picture that you are seeing on your screen is a symbol that corruption has finished Nigeria, in the sense that FIFA had to put up this particular picture on their Facebook and X account to mock Nigeria. Why? They give Nigeria money, allegedly say, okay, build stadium. Nigeria no build the stadium. Now FIFA look, say, how can we use to embarrass this country? What can we do? Then they decide to put up the picture. But first, what is FIFA? You've been hearing FIFA, FIFA, FIFA. What is the meaning of FIFA? FIFA means federation. It's a French something. It reads as Fédération Internationale de Football Association, which means in English, International Federation of Association Football. That is what FIFA means in English. Now, there is a program. Let me tell you about a program, FIFA Forward Program. There's a program called the FIFA Forward Program, which FIFA brought up to help member countries build sport infrastructure. That if you are a country, that you are a FIFA members country, that means that you are eligible to some support to build your sport infrastructure, in the sense that FIFA have discovered that it is only some countries that have good infrastructure, and infrastructure is important in terms of hosting games like football. So they think that, well, for some balancing, let us develop a program that will make up assist countries that don't have good sport infrastructure to develop their infrastructure, so that when it comes to hosting of games, these countries that doesn't have good sport infrastructure can also be hosting games, so that it won't be just some small countries or some small amount of countries that have sport infrastructure. So the program is called FIFA Forward Program, which is to help countries build sport infrastructure. Now, Nigeria submitted a budget to FIFA. I think it was during the reign of Amaju Pinnick. Amaju Pinnick was one of the top sport executives in Nigeria at that point in time. They submitted a proposal to FIFA that they want to build 2 stadiums and they needed support. So it is an NFF stroke FIFA kind of like program, in the sense that I think Nigeria will do some counterpart funding as regards the project, then FIFA will support. So they submitted 2 proposals, which is for stadium to be built in Delta and Benin Kebbi. The 2 stadiums that were proposed to be built in Delta and Benin Kebbi, from report, the one in Delta hasn't even been built, but the picture that you are seeing on your screen, or you've been seeing since, is the one in Benin Kebbi. So FIFA was shocked that $1.2 million was released to Nigeria. So FIFA was shocked that $1.2 million, which is over 1.7 billion naira. So the $1.2 million where we give you now, is this what you can build? And there were reports allegedly that FIFA also gave Kenya a counterpart funding under the FIFA Forward Program, and Kenya was able to come up with a decent stadium, something that looks nice. And they were wondering that, why is it that Nigeria can only come up with this mushroom kind of stadium, that there's no infrastructure, there's nothing, only a green field. In fact, the green field, you don't know whether it is truly green or they just want to buy fake grass. And that is why FIFA decided to put up the picture on their Facebook and X handle to embarrass Nigeria. They decide to embarrass Nigeria because they believe that, oh, this project is not even worth the amount that we release to you on a project that should naturally be a counterpart funding. Now, the big question is that Amaju Pinnick is one of the leaders of football organization in Nigeria. So the big question is, Amaju, what happened? What you do money? What you do FIFA money? What you do Nigeria money? What happened? Why now bring this embarrassment to Nigeria? It's not only Amaju Pinnick, but I know that Amaju Pinnick is one of the top football executives in Nigeria, and he was vying for a very big position recently before he was defeated. I can't remember the name of the position now. Do well to remind me in the comment section if you're a football enthusiast. So you can see that this thing, Nigerians should look forward that, well, what is happening? Amaju Pinnick, why? Now, if you are saying that, well, maybe you have an excuse, maybe you are an APC enthusiast, just like Reno Mokri, and you are coming up with different, silly defense on behalf of the government or NFF. Now, there is a picture that I will try to put on your screen, or maybe you must have seen it, whereby Nigerian footballers, they were doing ice bath therapy. Ice bath therapy. Look at what they are using to do ice bath therapy. All this big black drum that is common in Nigeria, they now pour ice into it. They now, sit inside the big drum just to kind of like have the ice reflection. Is this ice bath therapy? Is this how it is done in their club? These are super eagles. These are international superstars. And these are the people that you want to win the World Cup. So you can see what Nigeria is using for ice bath therapy. Why is it that everything about Nigeria is wrong? Why is it that everywhere and everywhere you turn, there's always one corruption or the other? And the big question is, in all of this, where is the EFCC? Where is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission? Because you may want to imagine that, EFCC, where you dey in all of this? Why is it that you don't usually see corruption issues like this? But if it is one opposition politician, you would have seen that particular person. So where is EFCC in all of this? And that is why, if you are a Nigerian, definitely the country will always bring you embarrassment, because the politicians, they don't know how to play by the rules. You collect money, you do wuru with the money. Maybe you go, they use the money flex. The stadium, build up. How is that? Sometimes you imagine that, how is all these things possible? But then it can only be possible in a country like Nigeria. Now, let us go to the statement of Mr. Peter Obi. When Obi heard the matter, now Obi scream out, say, what is happening? Why are you guys like this? Now, Obi has something to say, and I will read it out for you. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please do want to click the subscribe button so that my analysis can reach you real time. Now, Obi says, while we continue to grapple with insecurity, poverty, and rising unemployment among our youths, the most heartbreaking reality remains the entrenched corruption that permeates every facet of our nation, especially in the critical sectors that could help lift Nigeria in these challenging times. FIFA's recent revelation about the mismanagement of funds released to Nigeria's Football Federation for stadium development and youth talent growth is both sickening and shameful. You want to hear the truth? Obi, I agree with you. It is sickening, it is shameful, it is disastrous, it is catastrophic. I beg, borrow me one English. Let me put down for comment section. What do you think about this? Now, it says it's sickening and shameful. It perfectly mirrors the broader decay in how our scarce national resources are handled. I am certain that further investigation will reveal even worse realities than we currently know. I recall vividly that during my time as governor of Anambra State, I received officials from the Sports Federation who visited and informed us that Oka had been selected as one of the 6 geographical locations for the construction of a FIFA standard stadium to be fully funded by FIFA. Hear that, to be fully funded. This is according to Obi. So it means that I think some of those stadiums, they were not even partly funded. Some of them were fully funded by FIFA. Now, I continue the reading. Obi says, we immediately allocated land for that purpose, and they assured us that the project will be executed through the Federal Ministry of Sport. That was the last we heard of it. Believing that such a major project was underway, we channeled our resources towards constructing mini stadiums across the state to encourage grassroots sports. We commissioned the Chuba Ikpeazu Memorial Stadium in Onitsha, as well as the Godwin Achebe Stadium in Onitsha South, among others. Years later, nothing came of the promised FIFA project, which prompted us to initiate the construction of the Aqua Stadiums ourselves. Seeing the recent news about funds released by FIFA to funds released by FIFA to Nigeria to develop talent and improve youth sport, I am deeply disappointed that such blatant squandering. I'm deeply disappointed by such blatant squandering of opportunities. I have always maintained that those who accuse us of demarketing Nigeria, it dey flog Tinubu here. It dey flog Tinubu here. Listen, I have always maintained that those who accused us of demarketing Nigeria for speaking the truth and exposing corruption are the very ones who thrive on corruption and deceit. The real demarketers of Nigeria are the incompetent leaders who have forged their way to wealth through the mismanagement and theft of public funds, resources that should have been used to provide schools, healthcare, and employment for our youth and to nurture their talent. Since 2013, about $25 million have reportedly been received by the NFF from FIFA and CAF. $25 million. You heard that right? Funds meant for the development of football and youth sport in our country. Yet, there is still little or nothing to show for it. The so-called $1.2 million stadium in Kebbi is a national embarrassment. Yes, I agree. It's more than a national embarrassment. The structure is no way reflect. Who write this statement? Sam? The structure is no way reflect. The structure, I think it should in no way reflect the funds claimed to have been spent on it. We can't continue to watch our sports decline while corruption flourishes. Our youth are our most prized asset, yet we have destroyed their future and then turn around to label them Yahoo boys, when in truth, the leaders who have robbed them of their future are the real Yahoo of our nation. This is yet another shameful reflection of the corruption we have allowed to take root in Nigeria. If we truly desire to build our country, we must begin with integrity and accountability in every aspect and sector. Until then, our nation will continue to crawl where it should be soaring. I absolutely agree with this statement of Mr. Peter Obi that this is embarrassing. What I can say is that a spoiled child will disgrace you publicly, in the sense that the corruption that those in NFF, the corruption that those in government, those in the civil service, the corruption that they have been perpetrating, and the Nigerian government have not found it due to sanction them because people in government are the most corrupt people. Now you can see they have brought shame to the whole of Nigerians. But where it paid me be say I am a Nigerian, and this is a shame on Nigerians. So in all of this, I hope the EFCC and the Tinubu government can look into it and restore the glory of Nigeria. It's been an interesting time. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past video. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.